me for?
I was gonna say something, then you look at me, I'm like, I don't know what to say anymore. Okay, so alright.
Well, I'm going to cut you off because I know you don't know what you want to say. So, no, mainly what we're talking about is mental health.
Yes, yeah, I think that's a big topic.
It's something that I find that is, even though there's great speakers out there that talk about it,
Yeah,
not everybody knows access the right tools to find it, because everybody that they ask
yeah,
thinks that you're fucking crazy. If you say, this is going on with my life, I'm feeling this or that, or it's hard to deal with it.
yeah,
And since they don't understand,
yeah,
they can't guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So it takes, I don't know, sometimes you have the right peers, the right people to talk to that will provide you the details. Now, I had a friend of mine, Mark, he guided me, and he guided me hard, but I believed what he was saying was good.
You believed.
I
okay.
believed what he was saying was good,
Yeah,
but I couldn't get over to actually do what he's saying. It was just like, it was a roadblock for me,
yeah.
because it sounded good.
What did he say?
Just, read, watch videos of like Tony Robbins or Jordan Peterson or Bob Proctor. Like, he just gave me the tools for me to go and explore direction.
Yeah,
And did I read much? No.
yeah,
Was I stuck on just watching TV or being stuck on my phone all the time with distractions? Yeah.
okay.
And I didn't really, since I never dove into mindset and self-development,
Yeah,
it's like, it's an uncomfortable area, so it's just best to stay safe in my box.
I'm so happy that you're able to articulate that, because most people can't. Like, people are so set in the fact that my life is good, my life is perfect the way it is, that I'm not going to change, right? But just the fact that you recognize that change, but then you also question it is huge, But, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
So my question is, when did it start, like, for you, as like, when did you recognize that, okay, my mental health is not well?
Probably about, I don't know, 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
But I mean, that's when I noticed it. When
Yeah.
was it happening? Probably longer before that. I just didn't catch it. But even 7 years ago,
Yeah.
when it happened, when things happened, I didn't fully catch it yet. I was
Yeah.
just going downhill.
It's like a seed of awareness, but you're like, you don't know what it is, right?
No, it was just an experience that happened
What happened?
on another clip, not this one.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's just when, how do I say it? When everything seems dark and you don't know how you're going to get out of it, and that continues for a long period of time, things happen mentally. It's hard to explain. Everything outside that we do on a day-to-day basis with our lives, everybody sees what we do on the outside and they perceive it as the outside and they perceive it good or bad.
The nice car, the nice house, but inside is different.
It doesn't just matter about the car and the house.
Yeah.
It's about when you're out with people, how you react with people, when you're at certain events. It's not all about material.
So explain it so I can understand a little bit better.
It's okay, you go to a party and everybody thinks you're a blast, but inside you're hurting. Everybody, so it has nothing to do with, like, I know you focused on the house and the current material.
Yeah.
There's more to life than just that. If you
Yeah.
focus on that, it's just, there's how people treat you, like if they take you out for dinner and good conversation, but still you can hold the conversation, but you really don't know how the person feels inside.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, I've been there.
So, I don't know where I'm going with this. You threw me off with that one.
Well, because the reason why I said house and cars, because for me it was like I know exactly what you're talking about. So kind of, I'll carry on the conversation a little bit until you're ready. But basically for me, this was my turning point. It was like 2.5 years ago. So the reel I made yesterday talking about 2.5 years ago. At that time, I just got my apartment. I just became a homeowner. I bought a new Tesla, right? I was partying a lot, I was making decent money, right? And I like fancy dinners all the time. People always want to party with me. They're all like, oh, you come out, you're fun, blah, blah. But in my head, I'm just like, I'm miserable. I don't want to be here. But I'm only here for the political part of it. Like you have, it's like, there's certain things that you do in life where you need to be around certain people to get to your next goal, or so you're made to believe, right? But like it got to the point where I realized I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be at this dinner. I was miserable.
I was the opposite. I
Really?
wanted to be at all that
Yeah.
because I was chasing something. I was chasing that if that happened, I'll be happy. I do this, I'll be happy. I'll do this, I'll be happy.
The rat race.
Right? So
Yeah.
that was the focus that would bring me happiness, but at the end of the day, it didn't. And I was losing, I noticed that the actions I was doing was hurting, just my environment around me. So with the years of me doing self-development and
Yeah.
learning and training, I'm not chasing to be happy anymore. I don't care. If I go out, I go out. If I don't go out, I don't go out.
Yeah.
If I meet up with people, that's fine. If I don't, I don't. But before it was just like I felt like I had to feel important.
To feel relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do that.
Yeah.
But the more I read, which I never really read in a very long time, but now I read books. The more I read, the more I gain knowledge, and I watch podcasts, YouTube, you name it. I indulge so much
Interesting.
information on self-development
Yeah.
that it's helped me be aware of my actions, and actually I feel more calm. Almost like Zen, right?
Yeah.
I feel more calm.
More control
and more
over
control in
yourself.
situations
Yeah.
instead of reactive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. That's really good. You know what I've learned? That's actually like it really made things a lot easier. Well, kind of, yes and no. But we always feel that okay, if there's a problem, we need to fix it, right? We got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do more, blah blah blah, to fix the problem. But then I heard this one thing on a talk, and it's once you have that seed of awareness that there is a problem, the problem is on its way to be solved.
Yeah.
You don't need to know how. It is, right? And it just takes awareness.
On that note,
Yeah.
it's what I learned is that it's like it's an ongoing growth
Yeah.
with the steps that you do, and when you let it be, and I'm not trying to be and talking about religion as such, but through what I learned is that, and I know there is a God.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not talking about like different religions.
Yeah.
It's just I believe there is one God.
Yeah.
And what I'm learning is that, like you said, problems that you have, when I try to control a problem, and I'm gonna say control them because that's what it seems.
Yeah.
I want this outcome, so I'll do this, or I won't do this or this, but I'm gonna control it.
Yeah.
What happens is I make the outcome it won't be the outcome I want, and it will be like a negative blowback, and then it takes so much time to repair because I try to control it.
By sacrificing yourself.
Yes, but as soon as I say this is the problem, I leave it in your hands, which I'm saying to God.
Yes.
When I do it like that,
Yes.
and I keep my mouth shut,
Yeah.
as in I don't try to have these. I don't try to control the problem by speaking the words that come out of my mouth,
Yeah.
and just
Manipulating it pretty much.
Correct.
Yeah.
as soon as I sit back, and then I watch everything happen, I'm like, holy fuck! I go,
There's magic.
this is what I wanted, and it ended up turning out a lot better by me
Yes.
stepping out of it and
Yes.
allowing God to kind of
Do his thing.
do his thing.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, who are we? We're really just part of this game.
Yeah.
But we want to play God by trying to control situations, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the suffering comes
Yeah.
from. And it's kind of funny too, like when you said there's one God, I truly, truly believe it. Because in this room here, like she's Muslim, they believe in Allah, which is also a God, right? And then
I'm Roman Catholic.
yeah, so you believe in God. I am. I was born Buddhist, right? But now, like, I'm actually waiting for something to happen before I get baptized to be a Christian.
But my family's Buddhist, right? So
Yeah.
and I follow more of the Buddhist. Like I do a lot of. I follow more of their way than my way because I find that how what I was taught doesn't relate.
It's a little bit different.
I don't know how to explain it,
But what I'm trying to say is that, like, her God has a different name, your God has a different name, my God has a different name, but really, what if it's just one guy that we're and then people are fighting about it, like, oh, you believe this, no, you're wrong, but like, we're really just, it's just this supernatural power that no one really knows, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, have the principle, be a good person, and just trust the freaking process.
And love.
Right? And love. What do you think?
Yeah, we have similar concepts.
Yeah.
Mainly the core concept is the same. Believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Do good to people. Be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And treat your neighbor like your friends
Yeah,
family.
but that's more of a separate topic. That's more of everybody. I guess definitely a separate topic
Yeah.
of how they divide people, and it's more towards either getting on some set way
It
or
was
for
weaponized.
power,
There's
Weaponized.
political
weaponized, right?
aspects
So I
to it.
mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yep. 100%.
We're all born the same,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Maybe slightly different color.
They say color, but honestly, everybody's the same.
Blood has the same color.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Our bones, right?
And the thing is that when they divide us,
Yeah.
it also puts like a mental thing.
Me versus you mentality.
Yeah.
Right? Or versus like you and,
And
I are one.
judgmental.
Yeah.
And when there's judgmental, then everybody has some different issues when it comes to mental illness, mental awareness. They might be feeling judged. They might be bullied.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own. What's the term?
Perception.
Not perception. Almost like their own symptoms of mental illness, like how they grew up, their environment they're in.
Makes sense.
Um, Everybody's coming from all different worlds, and we're
Different experiences.
different experiences, and I'm sure there's a lot crying for help, but they don't know who they can go to.
It's-
They have to go to usually their own group,
Yeah.
and their own group might look down upon that. So then they kind of back up in a corner and they get through life, but they feel like they're living in jail. So their mind is a jail cell and they can't get out,
Mental, yeah.
right? And it's not until they find the right, let's say the right support, the right speaker, the right book, whatever it is, as soon as they start to open up and understand within and be able to talk to others that have similar scenarios or stories where they can grow and become better,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden that the padlock on that lock of the jail cell breaks open, and then the door opens, and then no longer is
You're no longer stuck.
you're no longer stuck.
Yep.
Right? As I mentioned to you, I did before. I did a short story,
Yeah.
and the short story was like my mind was in prison, and it got published.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it got published. Yeah, I mentioned it to you.
Did you?
But it did get published, but in the sense where they did it on a YouTube clip.
Yeah.
So they just read it on a YouTube, and then they,
AI video.
no, they just had like the Halloween or the certain sound effects to it, and then they published it. They published it a year after I sent it in,
Interesting.
and it's just when you read it, it made it seem like the characters were in jail. But at the end, you realize it was all in the mind.
Yeah.
And
The
I
mental
will-
prison.
The mental prison.
Yeah.
And as soon as you break free,
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing.
Because you know what's actually really interesting? So when I was doing really well financially, well, not like super well, but like a lot better than now, I always felt broke. Like I always felt like I didn't have enough, right? But then after I lost everything, I'm just like this little bit that I have is more than enough. But you know why? It's because I have my freedom. I have myself. But you were right though about like the whole like your circle of friends, right? So the people that I was around, they didn't believe in mental health. They just believed that if you're sad, let's go drink, right? If you're happy, let's go drink. It's somebody's birthday, let's go drink, right? It's always this constant party. But like you would think that like TV glamorizes. You go party, people's cheering, everyone's happy. It's so behind the scenes. After everyone gets drunk, they're crying.
It's just temporary happiness.
Yeah, it's just a place to be, to not feel alone. But then the thing is, if you don't express yourself fully, you're always gonna feel alone. Does that make sense? Like, so this one doctor, Dr. Brene Brown, she wrote a few books, but so she does research on human connection. But she says pretty much humans, we're wired for connection. Like we're wired to understand others and then to be understood. And that's at the core of everything, that's all we need.
But since we got cell phones,
Yeah.
everybody has pretty much disconnected.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes, in a sense where it's a great place for people to hide on IG to just doom scroll, but at the same time, it has connected people from Canada, right? And then, for example, like her family's in Bangladesh, like it has connected the two, so you can see each other's face.
Well,
So
yeah,
it depends.
in that aspect, yes.
Yeah.
It's when you got the, I guess, the dopamine where you gotta
Yeah.
I put a video on and then all day, doesn't matter if I have work to do. I'm just saying example, not me.
Yeah.
But if I have work to do, whatever, and who like
That's me.
put the phone down,
Like
and then 5 minutes later, boom. Oh, I got one more like boom.
Not like it mattered at all.
And then 5 minutes later, oh, this is the first new person in the whole list.
Yeah.
That's great. I won. And then it just
Guilty.
it's continuous, right?
Yeah.
And that's where when the phones own you,
Yeah.
there's a problem. But if you, like
Own
you
the
said, if you own the phone, then you can still do everything in life.
It's self mastery.
Yeah.
But then how do you master it, and how did you master it?
Well, I'm still working on it.
Me too.
Everything is growth, right? But it's awareness first. If you don't have awareness on anything,
It's
you're not gonna, when I smoked, I smoked a lot.
Yeah.
I was aware of it,
Yeah.
but I didn't see why. I didn't see the why or the need for me to stop because I used it as a mechanism to handle my stress.
There's still something good about it.
And the more I stressed, the more I smoke. And then I switched. I quit smoking and I went to vaping. And vaping got worse. Because vaping, you can do it anywhere.
Everything is
Yeah.
perfect.
My phone, yeah, I'll tell you after. It's silly.
Okay. So with vaping,
Yeah.
it's just doesn't matter. Everywhere I go, I can vape. There's always an escape vape, right?
Yeah.
To quit that was even harder.
Yeah.
Uh,
Agreed.
And I'm not saying
But you did.
vaping I quit for over a year.
Okay.
Smoking, it's occasional where if I drink I might have a few smokes, but I realize that I'm happier that way
Yeah.
than
Constantly being a slave to the pack of cigarettes, standing outside when it's freezing cold,
yeah.
to go in, you smell like shit.
Oh yeah. The thing is that when I smoked, I didn't smoke daily. I wouldn't smoke daily. It was just
Oh,
on a weekend.
yeah. But then if you're going out every weekend, then you smoke.
Yeah,
every
then you're
week.
smoking every weekend, and
Yeah.
if I was smoke, I might smoke about 6 to 10 cigarettes a night, right?
Yeah.
But vaping, that was 7 days a week, right?
All day.
That's what I mean. Is vaping
Like check
smells
my phone
good?
dopamine.
Smells good. It gives you a good kick.
Yeah.
Makes you think that you're getting over any stressful situation you have because it's something that technically made me feel good, but it didn't.
Can I
Right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
put something in perspective for you? Like I used to smoke. Like I started smoking when I was like 15 too, and then vaping for a good 2 years, I think. But it's really an adult pacifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an adult pacifier, and I think don't quote me completely on this, but like has something. Somebody did a research about getting off your mom's breast milk too early. That's why some people smoke, because we're sucking, right? And it's subconscious. Yeah, you can probably look into that, but
No, that's alright.
like problems past now.
What I realized was because you notice me when I post on Instagram,
Yeah,
I'm at the gym per se consistently.
yeah,
When
you
I-
can do that at 6 a.m.
But when I vape, if I were to vape, but I haven't vaped, if I vape,
Yeah.
I will not go to the gym.
How?
I'm more
What are you vaping?
no, it's yeah. Of course, vaping is not weed.
Okay.
It's just nicotine. But the thing is that to start a new habit, you need to give up a habit.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, we can't quit things.
Right?
You have to replace.
So until I quit smoking,
Yeah.
I can go to the gym or vaping for me.
Yeah.
Because when I do that, I become lazy. I'm comfortable. I don't want to go anywhere. Because what do I have to do when I go to the gym? Let's say 6 in the morning. Okay, 7 for the general public because 6 might seem too early.
I'm still
So I have to
thinking
wake up. I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
right? Then I have to get ready to go to the gym.
yeah, you gotta
Then I
shower.
have to
Pee.
shower. That's after the gym.
Oh.
It's early in the morning, right? So, I mean, you just gotta get ready, and then you go to the car. If it's cold, you gotta warm it up. Then you gotta drive to your gym. It's a 12-minute drive to my gym,
Okay.
right?
Belchertown, yeah.
U.S.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I go there to my gym, and then I train. So I train for 1 to 2, maybe actually now it's about just over 1 to 1.5 hours, and then I stop off at a park. I do some meditation for about a half hour,
Oh wow.
and then I go home and I walk my dogs. Now, if I were to vape or smoke, well, let's go vape. This vape was a 7-day a week.
Yeah.
Those vape, I would lie in bed. I would not wake up. I would wait till my dogs are ready to go to the washroom in the morning,
Yeah.
and then I walk them, and then I may or may not go to the gym because I'm just in that relaxed mode
Yeah.
and work, and that's it. So I get a lot more done when I don't give in to the addiction I had for vaping.
You know why? Because in the morning, so when you decided, when you make the decision first thing in the morning to go to the gym, you already owned your day, right?
Yeah.
But if you wake up and you pick up the vape, you now let the vape own you, so it click you back into this. It's like like you know when you smoke and you see other smoker, and you're like, oh, can I have a smoke? Like you're quitting, you're by yourself, you're fine, right? But you see other people smoking,
Yeah.
you're like, can I have one?
Yeah.
And it's that trigger. It's
Yeah.
a trigger. So the vape is a trigger to all your other bad habits.
Yeah.
But for you to go to the gym is a trigger to all your good habits.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how the human brain, yeah.